Hi there. Now, daily lectionary reading means daily, even Sundays. We have daily lectionary readings. Matter of fact, on Sundays we have more. On Sundays we have an Old Testament reading, a Psalm, a New Testament epistle, and a Gospel. So there's 4 readings on your general Sunday, and occasionally they'll give options um, during certain times of the year. You'll have even more. There might be 6 or 8 readings, depending on how many options they give you. So today we've got Genesis 45, 3 to 11, and then 15. Then we've got Psalm 37, 1 to 11, and then 39 and 40. 1 Corinthians 15, 35 to 38, and then 42 to 50. I see a theme here. We keep splitting these up, except for Luke, which is Luke 6, 27 to 38. All right, Genesis. Joseph said to his brothers, I am Joseph. Is my father still alive? But his brothers could not answer him, so dismayed were they at his presence. And then Joseph said to his brothers, come closer to me. And they came closer. He said, I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. Now do not be distressed or angry with yourselves because you sold me here. For God sent me before you to preserve life. For the famine has been in the land these 2 years, and there are 5 more years in which there will be neither plowing nor harvest. And God sent me before you to preserve for you a remnant on earth and to keep alive for you many survivors. So it was not you who sent me here, but God. He has made me a father to Pharaoh and the Lord of all his houses and rulers over all the land of Egypt. Hurry and go up to my father and say to him, thus says your son Joseph, God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me, do not delay. You shall settle in the land of Goshen, and you shall be near me, you and your children's children, as well as your flocks, your herds, and all that you have. And I will provide for you there, since there are 5 more years of famine to come, so that you and your household and all that you have will not come to poverty. And he kissed all his brothers and wept upon them. And after that, his brothers talked with him. He's finally done playing games. I said something the other day, mentioned the other day, that this little bit of passage here with Joseph, and he really kind of plays some kind of cruel games with his brothers. Not that they didn't know who he was, and setting Benjamin up to look like he stole the silver cup, and it's probably not the best look for Joseph, although he does uh, do right by them. It's like he gets just a little bit of payback for the pain and suffering. Um, there's a town in Ohio called Goshen, but that's not typically what I think of. It's a white spot road. And maybe it's my hillbilly forebears, but I hear in the land of Goshen, that's just kind of an exclamation. Land of Goshen. Uh, Goshen is an area, um, they think. Again, a lot of this we don't know for sure because the things didn't keep those names. In northern Egypt, up by the um, Nile Delta. Let's see, turn around. Nile Delta here. That's west east. So this area here, very fertile land that Joseph gave to his family. So we on the Nile Delta, all that good mud has been brought down. Um, and if you ever look at pictures, look at the satellite pictures and things of Egypt, the Nile you've got green. Either side of the Nile, it stays green, and then once you don't get very far off the riverbank before it turns to sand. But along the Nile and in that delta, it's just a very verdant, very green, very fertile area. We don't have the desert, but we have the same sort of fertile ground with the Mississippi Delta. Because the deltas is where all that silt settles, and it tends to be very rich soil. All right, let's go to Psalms. Psalm 37, 1 to 11, and then 39 and 40. Do not fret because of the wicked. Do not be envious of wrongdoers, for they will soon fade like grass and wither like the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so you will live in the land and enjoy security. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will act. He will make your vindication shine like the light, and the justice of your cause like the noonday. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret over those who prosper in their way, and those who carry out evil devices. Refrain from anger and forsake wrath. Do not fret, it only leads to evil. For the wicked shall be cut off, but those who wait for the Lord shall inherit the land. Yet a little while, and the wicked will be no more. And though you look diligently for their place, they will not be there. But the meek shall inherit the land and delight themselves in abundant prosperity. The salvation of the righteous is from the Lord, and he is their refuge in time of trouble. The Lord helps them and rescues them. He rescues them from the wicked and saves them because they take refuge in him. In the NRSV, they keep a lot of that poetry on this one. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This one preserves, I think, a lot of that poetic speech. All right, 1 Corinthians 15, 35 to 38, and then 42 to 50. But someone will ask, how are the dead raised? What kind of body do they come? With what kind of body do they come? Fool, what you sow does not come to life unless it dies. And as for what you sow, you do not sow the body that is to be, but a bare seed, perhaps of wheat or some other grain. But God gives it a body as he has chosen, and to each kind of seed its own body. So it is with the resurrection of the dead. What is sown is perishable, what is raised is imperishable. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a physical body, it raised a spiritual body. If there's a physical body, there is also a spiritual body. Thus it is written, the first man, Adam, became a living being. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. But it is not the spiritual that is first, but the physical, and then the spiritual. The first man was from the earth, a man of dust. The second man is from heaven. Now, some translations will have that, by the way, the first Adam and the second Adam. As was the man of dust, so are those who are of the dust. And as is the man of heaven, so are those who are of heaven. Just as we have borne the image of the man of dust, we will also bear the image of the man of heaven. What I'm saying, brothers and sisters, is this. Flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, nor does the perishable inherit the imperishable. Paul and is talking in circles. But this is a theme in Paul that Paul uses, is Christ as the second Adam. And Adam is actually Hebrew for human. Adam is the human. So it's not, was it used as just saying the man, the human? But anyway, Paul makes this, Adam was the first human, Christ is the second Adam, first Adam, second Adam. Son of man, human. All right, Luke 6, 27 to 38. No split here. We're going straight through. But I say to you that listen, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you, and pray for those who abuse you. If anyone strikes you on the cheek, offer the other one also. And from anyone who takes away your coat, do not withhold even your shirt. Give to everyone who begs from you, and if anyone takes away your goods, do not ask for them again. Do unto others as you would have them do to you. If you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. If you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. If you lend to those from whom you hope to receive, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners to receive as much again. Love your enemies, do good, and lend, expecting nothing in return. Your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, for He is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your lap. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back. Now, if this was not a deacon installation service, this would be my sermon text for today. And I may even preach on this next week. I don't know. Because there is a lot here. By the way, love your enemies. That's agape. Remember, there are multiple words for love in Greek, which the New Testament was written in Greek. You've got eros, which is romantic love, like you love your husband or wife. You've got phileo, which is brotherly love, right? Where you love your family, you love your close friends. But what he's talking about here is agape love, which is the best definition for me is self-sacrificial love. It is love that puts the other person before yourself. Now, and most of the time when Jesus talks about love, he's talking agape love. So this is not get along with your enemies, right? This is agape your enemies. Care for your enemies better than you want to be cared for, even. That's a hard lesson, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard to love our family, much less our enemies. For agape, to be self-sacrificial. If anyone strikes you on the cheek, offer the other also. I have heard so many people try to explain how this is not pacifism. They try to say that's a form of defiance to say, oh, you're going to hit me? How? Hit this one too. I think they're pulling at straws. I think Jesus is saying don't retaliate. Just because someone does something to you doesn't mean you do it back to them. I mean, isn't that the lesson he taught all the way? Do to others as you would have them do it to you. I find it very interesting, the golden rule, right? Every major religion in the world has some form of this. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is such a basic premise for inner peace, right? Whether you want to call it karma or whatever, it is just a basic building block to interpersonal relationships. Treat others the way you would want to be treated, not the way you are treated. And I hear that all the time. Well, you have to give respect to get respect. That's not what Jesus is telling us right here. You want to be respected, you be respectful to others. You want to be treated with kindness, you treat others with kindness. You want to be treated with honesty and fairness, you treat others with honesty and fairness. There's no escape clause here. There's no, if they wronged you, then you can strike back at them and you can get over on them. No, none of that, guys. These are hard lessons, but this is really, I love this passage because this is really kind of a distilled down. I couldn't come up with a better set of scriptures to give the basis of Christ's teaching than this set right here. So read it over and over, pray on it over and over, study it, internalize it. Because this is what being a follower of Jesus Christ is all about. And I'm getting preachy, so I'm going to stop for today. It's been almost 15 minutes. Hopefully I'll see you in church. We're doing our deacon installation for our new deacons today. See you guys.